Mr. Navid Iwal, Principal Consultant, PricewaterhouseCoopers, past and present council members of the institutions and distinguished corporate members, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my great pleasure and honor to be speaking here today in the webinar on enhancing learning in online learning environment, organized by the Computer Engineering Division of West Bengal State Center, 10 Institution of Engineers, India. Being the chairman of West Bengal State Center IEI, it is my proud privilege to address the gathering of eminent engineers and technologists. On this occasion, let me extend a warm welcome to you all, especially our panel speaker, corporate member, distinguished guests, the staffs of IEI, and my dear students and other dignitaries. Learning efficiency is typically determined by the money, time, and resources that are crucial for obtaining desired results. This means the learning process becomes better if fewer expenses and less time is involved. But how to enhance the learning process in online education system? It should be directed to every aspects of online education: curriculum, theory, practice, teaching, administration, technology, and institutional culture, to leaving a positive impact on the overall method of learning. When students adopt videos for online learning, they increase their digital competency, and this is undoubtedly one of the most important skill set of the 21st century. Virtual reality is a relatively new technology that has taken over the world of learning at an incredible speed. The main reason behind virtual reality in education is based on how the human brain functions. On an average, the brain is capable of remembering 10% of what students read, 20% of what they hear, and about 90% of what is being done or simulated. For those students who are physically disabled, virtuality can act as a boon in disguise. According to the Washington Post, the past 5 years have been a significant growth in the shift to online education for reasons such as easier access and general flexibility. Finally, due to worldwide pandemic, during COVID situation, online education becomes a wonderful opportunity. The potential flexibility is an undeniable benefit. As online teaching is relatively new, there really isn't one set way to do it. With some research, a preparation, one could find himself on the forefront of online education movement. Today, we have a very learned speaker on the theme. Let us explore and educate ourselves on a comprehensive review of online environment to underline the latest improvements in learning methodology and techniques. I hope you will be benefited to a great extent from this webinar. Thank you very much. Navid, over to Navid.
Thank you, Dr. Nirmal Das, for your wonderful inaugural address on the topic. Now I would request Mr. Amit Kumar Das, Chairman, Computer Engineering Division, to address the seminar. Has he joined?
I believe Sudeep is not there.
Okay, and then I think the president, we have the next speaker would be the president, Dr. H.O. Thackeray. He's also not there, sir. Has he joined?
Sudeep, can you tell us? I think he's also not there. You can straight away go to webinar directly.
So I go to the panelist, Dr. Shuman.
Shoibal Sharkar is there? I do not know.
No, I don't see Dr. Shoibal Sharkar also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now since so we go directly now to the panelist and the speaker for today's topic, enhancing learning will in online learning environment. A very challenging topic indeed. for all of us. I think during this pandemics session has really taught us how to cope up with the new learning uh, mode of learning, I would say. And where we used to do business or meetings, and at times, we used to think that this is more of a very cumbersome, and putting a lot of same applied to the students as well. So I think Dr. Suman, who is the associate professor, computer science engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, GIS group, I think he will enlighten us with his inputs on this topic. Dr. Suman, it's over to you now, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to all of you. Myself, Dr. Shuman Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Computer Science Department, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, GIS Group. So I think let me first project my slides and then I can start. So can I share the screen?
Yes, you may, sir.
Okay, thank you. I'm stopping my video as I'm sharing this my screen. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes. Okay. So actually, my today's discussion main uh, topic is basically enhancing learning will. As we all know, either maybe the online learning environment or in the classroom traditional teaching learning environment, the learning will is basically the more important part into any teaching environment, because without the proper willingness of the students, our teacher is basically at the day end helpless. So, but the problem of what the major issues now into the e-learning domain or online learning environment, that is the absence of physical teachers. So my today, the more main target is not to discuss any technical issue or not to spell any technical jargon in this 1 hour or 1.5 hour webinar, because I strongly believe in the fact in 1 hour I cannot make anyone technically sound. So what my target is, I just share my experience and my knowledge on this online learning environment, what the major problems that the students are facing, and to solve those problems, how the researcher or how the scientist, how the PhD scholar working behind that. So I have divided my entire um, total session into the different segment. Into these different segment, I will discuss in different types of research area. All the mainly main area is online teaching learning environment, and target is the same: how we can enhance the learning will, how we can reduce the dropout from student from this learning platform, online learning platforms. So I will try to discuss those areas, and my final target is to encourage more and more people into this research area of online teaching learning environment. So let's start. So in this session, there are different parts. First, we will discuss in very short, we will discuss in what is e-learning and major advantages of e-learning, and what the e-learning goes to the paradigm shift during this COVID-19 session, because we all know we are just faced 1.5 year or 2 years ago the COVID-19 problem, and in there the in our hand there is only one opportunities, or only one thing is there, that is the online learning environment, because all the physical schools, college, universities are at that time closed. So it is nowhere to say that the popularity of these types of teaching become increase and enhance a lot in between this COVID-19. And there is a big issue, some burning problems those are students often facing, that is become come out, because when look, the popularity goes high, then the disadvantage of these platforms, now students are facing more and more, because now the popularity is high, more and more students are using this platform. So the problem which are the burning issue in this area, the students are facing this issue. So what the measure can be taken, we will discuss that, and in between discuss 4 to 5 different types of research we will discuss in this webinar. And this is not for to only the 4 to 5 up, there are hundreds types of different research are happening all over the world. Just I select most popular some research work into this platform, so that the audience of today's session can have actual knowledge what is happening into this world, into this online teaching learning environment, what the exact research thing, or what the exact developments are happening. So if anyone wants to start their research job on this platform, they can start after this session, because they can have that basic knowledge what is the main parts, main types of different types of research planning is happening. I purposefully, and I will try to avoid um, uh, uh, too much technical aspect in this area, because we have very shortage of time. Uh, I just try to convey the entire session as simple as possible. Just focus is the purpose, the how we can enhance the learning will. So let's start. So e-learning, there is nothing to more introduce, because all we know into this modern environment that the major uh, popularities or major advantage of e-learning is anytime, anywhere availability. This is the major aspect. Before 10 or almost 12 years back, when I was started working on this e-learning platform, my PhD work from Calcutta University, I have completed this online learning environment. So at that time, this already uh, getting popular, the e-learning platform, and the curve is shoot up almost 90-degree into this online COVID-19 session. So main the popularity is it has become open and flexible in time, in terms of space and time. So any orthodox teaching concept or the physical teaching environment, so students do not have these scopes to modulate the timing or the courses, or they have to maintain a proper time into this learning, physical learning. But it is the main opportunity is e-learning, so we can go anytime, anywhere concepts. So into this COVID-19 session, the tremendous changes during uh, happening into this higher education section also, because there is no way to choose these e-learning platforms, and those different types of schools, college, university, they started invest on this platform. They tried to purchase some Zooms or Google Meet, this type of platform, or others type of platform. They have started investing on this. And after this COVID-19, now it is in my mind that there is a lots of opportunities. We can go for the online teaching environment also. So now this is the time we are basically what going to practice, that is a blended mode. That means offline and online both are there, because now both are available for us. So it is a very good advantage to modern schools, college and universities, because they can go for this blended learning system also. So no doubt the COVID-19 accelerated this adoption of technology in education. Before I think 2020s back, very few of us in the percentage knows this term Zoom. But today, we can all are in this webinar using Zoom. We are all familiar with this Zoom or these Google Meets, or the different types of this online meeting platform. Because, but in this, I think you all agree with my point that before 2020s, this COVID-19, very few of us are familiar with this. Mainly corporate pupils using this type of platform, but in the teaching platform or school, college, they are not using in this type of thing. So here is a curve graph. You can easily see the observe the see this curve, how much this modern education system are investing more and more into these online teaching platforms. It is one time it is 65.8% now, then it is increased to 76.5, then it is increased to 85.8. So this blue bar is basically using online resource. And at the same time, you can see from this graph that paper materials that are sent to home, it is reducing. That is 21.1, then reduced to 19.1, then reduced again to 15.3. So it is between the session from May May to June 2020. So this is the way that the entire online teaching environment or online teaching platform going to paradigm shift. We can say just a paradigm shift. So there is a huge impact of online classes on the students in between these lockdown or COVID-19 session. Digital learning has provided easy access to the files and folders that can now organize and saved without any physical damage. So now we are very familiar with the Google Drives and Google folder, all these things. Google links are shared from different by the different teachers, and students can easily access those files, those folders, those notes. All these are easily available into the online environment. So this is the thing that there is a great impact of these online classes onto the students. With the advanced technology, these modes of learning has not only been simpler, but the fun and engaging as well. So because what I have telling you, the our session is mainly focused to enhancing the learning wheel. So we have to keep it in mind when we are not into the school physical school environment or physical college environment. The students often losing some something. They are the fun activities or the others activity what they will do into the school with their friends. That part is missing there. So keep this thing in our mind. Now the modern several e-learning materials or the online learning materials are designing keeping these minds, because they are trying to blend this total learning material with some fun materials, with some games like this, so that students become attracted, and they are they can stay with this online platform. Okay, so this is the global growth in online learning system. So you can see easily that total number of registered learner, how it is increased from 2016 to 2021. 2016 it is 21 million, now it is 92. And total number of enrollment 2016 it is 26 million, now it is 189 million. So from 26 to 189. So I think the graph says everything, how much this online learning environment getting popular. But the problem lies here, starts from here, because when we start or we say about the e-learning platform, there are some challenges, there are some difficulties, there are some disadvantage. Typically, I mean that disadvantages, better to say. Uh, what happened when the platform is not so popular? It is not so impact because it is not so popular, but now it is popular, lots of students using it. So now this disadvantage going to the burning issue. What are this issue? We can go for some researcher comment. You can understand from this issue, according to claim that it many case learners completely lose their learning interest in the subject. This is a major problem of the e-learning platform, or the learner losing their learning interest. Why? Because the absence of the physical infrastructure or physical facilities of schools and colleges and all the universities, or the physical involvement of the teachers, they are losing their interest. According to Goel, that human tutor have the wisdom of tuning the teaching strategy to harmonize the student learning style and needs. This is one most important. When suppose I am into the classes, I having almost 18 years teaching experience. So when I found a students it's not involved into the class, maybe he or she not understanding, or he or she having some other issue, having some problem. Each and every teacher has a personal intelligence to harmonize the teaching strategy, so that, or to change the teaching style, so that the those students who are not getting so involved into the class, they at the day end involved into the class. Okay, so it is the personal wisdom or person that intelligence of that particular teacher, and it comes from his or her experience to change the learning style. But can we do this thing into the online platform? Because there is no physical teacher. So if we want to do these things, so we have to attach a physical state teacher with the system. Now again the problem is there. If we attach a physical teacher in this system, then we will lose this main concept: anytime, anywhere, because you cannot make it sure that all the time 24 hours into by 7 a teacher will be attached into the system. We cannot design a system like this. So there is absence of physical teacher, and this is the problem. In the burners say that with an adult assistant, children could accomplish tasks that they ordinarily could do, perform independently. So adult assistance is a big issue for a children who is try to learn something. But where is the adult assistant into the online platform? Can I do something? Yes, we can do. I will discuss after these slides. So again, according to Hunt, in confidence-based assistant learning to the students had 15 to 20% more effective knowledge acquisition and retention than the traditional learning methodology. So can we build up the confidence of students in an online learning environment? If we can do, how can we build up this confidence of a learner? Because confidence is the major issue of a learner. If the learner getting confident, then automatically the learning will be increased. So this is the thing. And the last and not in least, according to Colas, for the discrepancy among the different students and the simplest, please keep this point is into simplex pattern of current e-learning system, students can learn according to their need activity. The learning level or the learning achievement levels are different for the different students. Maybe good, maybe moderate, maybe some challenges are there. But the e-learning, what the general e-learning material throw into for them, that is the simplex pattern, same for all. But in the other part, there is no students is not there. Maybe they are extraordinary, their achievement level is extraordinary. Maybe they are average student, maybe they have some there has some problems, but we are throwing the same learning material. Is this sufficient? So these are the different burning problems that are going to now it is the major challenges of e-learning platform, and people are working behind the globe the different how we can solve these challenges. As a result, according to Massachusetts University, they said that based on the courses is not more than 4%, and success of graduate is even lower. That means those students who enrolled and those students who complete the courses, the percentage is only not more than 4%, and the graduate level, even if it is lower. So it is the rate of completion of the course. Okay, so it is the problem lies here. Problem lies here. Students and people are often enrolled the courses. They started learning. They complete few chapters of few portion. They complete some types of program or examination, but they are not completely goes to the entire course material, learning material. So this is the problem. So some measures can be taken to solve this problem. Our goal is, again, I have told that the main goal is enhancing learning will in online learning environment. Our goal is enhancing the learning will. So today I will discuss some major or popular areas of this e-learning domain, where the scientists or researcher doing. Number one, it is confidence-based e-learning. Number two, scaffolding-based guided learning for e-learners. Number three, fuzzy rule-based e-motivator for e-learning system. Number four, interactive pattern-based personalized e-learning. Number five, last, that is personalized e-learning based on emotion. So these are the different. I will just goes for the overall introduction of this type of different research area, how these researchers doing into this area. First, confidence-based learning. In here, confidence and knowledge, this balancing is important, because it may happen that students having the proper knowledge, but they are not confident enough. This is a problem. And this is again a major problem. The students is confident, highly confident, but they don't have the knowledge. It is a major problem. Okay. So according to this balancing of this confidence and the knowledge, students can be divided into these four cluster or four segment. First segment, those students whose confidence and knowledge both are low, we can say it is ignorance. And next segment, those whose knowledge is high, but the confidence is not so high. They are in the doubt. That means they know the answer, but they don't confident about it. Confidence is also important. The third section, the most dangerous part of this teaching area, that is misinformation. That means I don't have the proper knowledge, I don't know the proper answer, but I have the enough confidence. So at the end, I think we all know what will happen for them. And the last, those students, basically the mastery. Those have the confidence and those have the knowledge also. So according to this, ignorance is basically paralyzed. They have no capacity. They are basically harmless. Misinformation, basically they are taking the wrong action, dangerous for the system. Always they are taking the wrong action, because as they are confident enough, they are taking the action. But as they don't have the proper knowledge, the action is basically going to wrong. Doubt, this is hesitation. And mastery, they are smart enough and they are always go for right direction. So this is a CBL, a framework of teaching learning. That means what actually this happening into this research work. In here, students, after giving a proper lesson, they are go for a questionnaire session. Suppose there is one question and there are 4 different answers are there. They are opting one answer. So that answer either may be true, correct, or maybe it is not correct. Either true it is or not false. With that answer, this feedback is also taken whether that particular students is confident or not confident. So this is the new feedback that are taken against each answer. So 4 cases can happen. Answer may be true, you can click on confident. Answer may be true, you can click on not confident, false confident, false not confident. So this type of 4 combination can happen. So on this basis of the 4 combination, the entire system try to recognize or try to understand their cognitive level of these particular students. Okay, according to this cognitive level, now some actually, if the level is in the mastery, then nothing basically required, because the student is mastery level, they have confident enough and they knows the answer properly, they are good enough into the knowledge also. But if the student is not in the mastery, maybe 1, 2, or 3 clusters he is remaining, he or she may remain. At that time, the main target of the system is to deliver the learning material in a such a way, or recommend the system or reorient the system into such a way, so that the student can goes to the mastery level. So if the students have is supposed having proper knowledge but not confident, so it is easy to understand that particular student should go more and more practice for the confidence, increase the confidence level. Now, if the students don't have the proper knowledge, but he or she is confident enough, so to increase the knowledge level, the student must go the proper learning material 1, 2, or 3 times repeatedly, and maybe the learning material maybe into can deliver into some different way, or into some simpler version like this. So the ultimate target of the system is to uh, shift all the students into the mastery level. Okay, so before doing to that, the system must try to understand what is their actual cognitive area. Then if it is mastery, then it's okay. If it is not mastery, then what the system can, how the system can moderate, or how the system can personalize for this student, so that that particular student shifted to the mastery level. So this is the different types of combination about the answer. If the if you ask the a single question and it is incorrect and low, so you can directly map this into the ignorance. If suppose it is incorrect, the answer is incorrect, and the confidence is high, you can directly map it misinformation. So this mapping is easy if it is a single question. But the problem is that there is nothing into the single question. Suppose our students provide hundreds answer. Sometimes they are provide some correct answer with high confidence. Sometimes they are provide correct answer with low confidence. Sometimes they can provide incorrect answer with high confidence. So this mix and match, any combination is possible. You can't say this. Okay, we don't know before this. Suppose a students faces n number of question. So any this this combination may possible. Now the question arises, how the cognitive status will be find out at that time. How the cognitive status will find out, because now it is not the single question. So it is a number of question, and each and after each and every question, maybe it is ignorant, maybe it is misinformed. So how it is final, what is the final cognitive status, we'll find out. For that, what can be possible? Suppose this is one types of snapshot of a one student. Suppose they are giving 100 answer, and in between the 100 answer, 63 answer is correct answer and with high confidence. One answer is incorrect answer with high confidence. 27 answer is correct answer with low confidence, and 9 answer is incorrect answer with low confidence. So total is 100. So now the what is the final opinion? What is the cognitive final cognitive status of the students it will defined by the physical teacher. That means what the thing is, this sheet is submitted to a physical teacher irrespective of the departments. It may be school teacher, it may be college teacher or university, it may be science background, it may be commerce, arts, anyone. So now it is asked to them that if this is the status of the students in your class, if you found this type of answer, so what is your opinion? What is your opinion that whether the students will be said misinformed or doubt or the mastery? So in the first row, you can find the teachers, major teachers say, if the 63 answer is correct answer with high confidence, we can go to, we can say that that students is in the mastery level. Okay. So by this way, the entire system is trained according to the physical teacher, though the physical teacher is not involved into the system, but their feedback is trained to the system. So after this training, what happened actually, the any types of combination, if you provide to the system, that with that combination, system can understand what is the cognitive status of the students. Okay, so this is the thing what they are doing. They are just finally try to understand the cognitive status of the students, whether it is a zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, or zone 4. And finally, the graph, what I have explained before, the graph became like this. There is a major area, it is indeterminate area. Now people are working behind it, how this area became shorter and shorter, because this, the corner section is easily determined that whether it is ignorant, whether it is misinformed, whether it is mastery or doubt. But the in the middle section, these are, you can say these are the overlapping cluster area, overlapping area. So in this section is basically going to indeterminate area, where if our students falls, then the system cannot recognize properly their cognitive status. Now people are working behind that. So after recognition their cognitive status, now according to the cognitive level, the entire system can be modulated. And finally, it is the target how the students are basically goes to or mastery level. That means both their knowledge and confidence becomes high. The next section what I want to discuss, that is scaffolding based guided learning for e-learner. We think I think all of you, we just familiar with the term of scaffolding. Into the any construction, we have found a structure which are built in the outer section. Generally, it is built with some bamboos and ropes. Nowadays, the iron structures is also there. So that structure is called mainly scaffolding. If you go to the Googles and you find the word scaffolding, you will get lots of image of this type of under construction building, where there is a outer section, there is a just temporary structures are there. So what are the jobs of this structure? Structure's job is when the entire building is under construction, they will provide the supports, and when the stairs and others lift, all these are built up and completed one after another, these supports will be just opened up, and finally that scaffolding, that outer construction will be not there, only the inner building will be there. So this is one kind of helping. Now Barnard's into the 1975, he proposed the thing that with this scaffolding teaching strategy, it is nothing but a teaching strategy with adult guidance. That means it is not related with online or offline. Suppose in you provide a mathematics problem to a students or to your children. So according to Barnard's, that we can do two things. So I can give the problem and I can wait whether he or she can do this problem, or I can provide some clues. I can provide some helps to them. Okay, not to leave them alone. Now, after a certain time, when that particular students getting the confidence, they are properly trained up, I will reduce this support one after another, and number of clues I will reduce, and finally I will just leave them alone, because now they are properly trained and they are good enough to do the maths by their own. So this is a scaffolding based teaching strategy. Often teachers like this mathematics and these types of teacher often follows these strategies, and this is very popular method and successfully implemented, tried and tested method. But the problem is, can we map this concept into the online? Can we? Because who is the adult there? Adult means teachers will be there. How I can give the clues, how I can give the help, how I can understand that the particular students needs the help. So from there, a new types of education systems are online. It is proposed. It is scaffolding based education system. Okay, that proposed system, basically the teacher interact with students. That particular system will interact with the students and follow what, or not follow, follow and observe what the action students are taking. Okay, now if the students are taking the right action, it's okay. If the students are taking the wrong action, I will, or system will make it right. System will provide some clue and try to help uh, working on it. Okay, and after a certain time, it will find that the students will go to the right track. When it is found the students will go into the right track, generally this type of help or this type of giving clues will reducing one after another, and finally the students will leave alone. So this system, this type of system, the major disadvantage is it is basically design problem oriented. Linear simultaneous equation solve, they have tested the system on linear simultaneous equation solve by this way. Suppose this is import knowledge, because the students is zero knowledge, and after that this is k dash is basically the partial knowledge, and after that they are going to knowledge understanding skill. They are, suppose this is basically, these first three phases are basically teaching, involved into the teaching area. Now after teaching, they are provided, students are provided a problem. Okay, now they will ask, are they willing to start the problem with help or without help? Now suppose they are want to start the problem without help, with help. So it is the finite state machine of this linear simultaneous equations solve. each and every step will be given like this. Clue 4, suppose multiply both equation with such a number so that coefficient of x of both equation will become same. So this is one help. After getting the help, students will do something. Then the next help will come, next clue will come, add or subtract both equations so that x will eliminate. After that, clue 5 will come, find the value of y. Now, this value may be right, may be wrong. So provide answer. If the answer is true, then go to the next. If the answer will false, then again that particular students will goes to this area. Okay, that means again I will provide some clue. Again I will try to solve this the value of y, and if it is correct, then same type of help will given to find out the value of x like this way. So after a certain time, suppose it is for this type of system they have designed. So after a certain time, this clue will be reduced. Suppose initially if it is with 9 clue, maybe after a certain time it will go reduce to 5, then 3, then 1, then no clue will be given. And it is tested that, tried and tested that, it is proved that if we follow this type of way, that we will not keep alone, we will not leave alone the students, rather than we can help them out. We can help them out to solve the some problems. How they can solve the problem? They understand, or they acquire the knowledge in very shorter time, in very better way. And this is the concept called basically scaffolding based education system. Nowadays it is often followed by Byju's and these types of several companies who are very popular into this e-learning domain. The next concept, that is called fuzzy rule based e-motivator for e-learning system. It is also very interesting thing. I hope all of we are familiar with the terminology of fuzzy. So if we not just look into this from here, we can easily understand the concept of fuzzy. Fuzzy is just the reverse concept of crisps. Crisps means they are either 0 or 1 is the two values are there. That means suppose the students is good or the student is bad, like this. Good, yes or no. So this is the crisp value. But how much they are good? Basically, this good, this itself are fuzzy terminology. That means it is comparative statement. How much they are good, we cannot have any idea from the crisp value if we say 0 and 1. And fuzzy comes from here. Fuzzy is basically goodness or badness, or suppose a person who is old. So how much he is old, it can taken by the fuzzy value, because suppose a person is 65 years age, he is an old person, and a person is 90 years old, he is also an old person, but the oldness is different. So this is the concept here. This is the concept of a dinner of 2 input and 1 output and 3 rules. What the inputs are? Inputs are, suppose we can provide our marks according to the service 0 to 10. So service is very bad 0 and excellent 10. And the input 2 is quality of food. Quality of food, we can provide the marks 0 to 10. And these are the 3 different types of rules. Suppose one rule is, if the service is good, then the tips is average. It is one rule. One rule is, if the service is excellent or food is delicious, then tips is generous. So these rules will be implied into these 2 input value, and it is a go for a fuzzification process, And finally, the outputs gets to the tips. What will be the tips? The 5 to 25% of the bill amount, I can provide the tips, and this value will be determined into this two value, one service and to the food. So this is the concept of the falsification method. There you will take some Krebs value, go for a falsifier, and there some rules will be applied there, and finally the output is again into the Krebs value. Okay, so what they are using this fuzzy process into this teaching learning environment, they are taking the feedback of the students into the fuzzy value. That means after completing of a particular lesson, they are taking the feedback of the students, whether they are satisfied or not. So these feedbacks are the realization feedbacks they are taking, positive and negative. Positive, they are taking two feedbacks, satisfied and amazed. How much they are satisfied, the value can be given 0 to 10. How much they are amazed, the value can be given 0 to 10. And negative feedback like foggy and depressed, how much they are foggy and how much they are depressed, the students can provide that their likings, their feelings, their realization towards the course. Okay, and the system will feed these four parameter into a fuzzification process, and finally they are convert this fuzzy value into some diagnostic parameter like belief, behavior, and attitude. Belief is nothing but confidence of a learner. Behavior is nothing but the performance, and attitude is nothing but approach of a learner. So now what the thing is happen after this falsification, the system will try to understand the level of belief, the level of behavior, and the level of attitude, whether the level of belief is high, whether the level of behavior is high or low or medium, whether the attitude level is high, low, or medium. So this is the general total architecture of the system. Four input parameters are going to this falsifier, then some rule base are there, and finally from the defalsification, the three diagnostic parameters become, and according to the diagnostic parameter, there is a agent in between the learners and the final learning environment. There is an agent. The agent will guide the learning material, that what the changes are required. That means it is one kind of personalizing the learning material, and this learning material will personalize according to their feedback, according to their likings, according to their satisfaction or depressed level. This learning material will be moderate. Okay, how it is possible? Suppose there are some threshold value. I am not going details into that to just save the time. There are some threshold value alpha and beta. If it is lesser than alpha, then we will say the belief level is low. If it is greater than beta, then we will say the belief level is high. Finally, what we do, there is a combination. Suppose one learner, if his or her belief level is low, behavior level is low, and attitude level is low, then advice sequence number 1, 2, 3. This advice sequence number will comes from the agent. Okay, so this sequence agent will dictate to the learning material that you will perform these 1, 2, and 4 tasks. So what is 1, 2, and 4 tasks? 1 is suppose add more description, 2 is add more example with the explanation, and 4 is apply some image, animation, and tables. So this is the advice. Okay, now again, when the same learning material will read through, or the same learner will go to the next chapter or next segment of the learning environment, this advice will be kept in the system mind that according to their feedback, I have to provide some more description in that particular student's learning material. I have to provide some more example, and I have to surely provide some more images, animations, and tables. Now, the learning material is different from the students to students and from the learners to learners, according to their likings levels, according to their satisfaction or depressed level. So this is a very good advantages of the e-learning platform. If it is possible finally, then we can solve that particular problem what I have told before the starting this session, that the absence of a physical teacher. Physical teachers have a self-intelligence, self-experience to harmonize the learning material as per the learning level of the learner. The same thing we are doing here, but there is no such kind of physical teacher present here. Only the system will provide this type of learning material, just like there is someone behind the curtain. There is some teacher, experienced teacher behind the system, but surely there is no teachers will physically present there. Okay, so this is the very good teaching research area of this e-learning platform. And as I think you can understand, all basically are going to the same track, that if I do this, if I scaffold the student, if I modulate, personalize the learning material, if I increase the confidence level, if I do this, then finally the learning will be enhanced. The students will will more and more interest towards the learning course, and this is my target. Here is also one types of teaching research area, that is interactive pattern based personalized e-learning. Interactive pattern based, that means I am just going some first material. These are basically getting popularity into the concept map based learning material. Concept map means this type of learning material. Suppose Wikipedia, there is a learning material, you are facing some problem, there is a word, if you click that word, then you there another page will be shown. There is a URL, if you click the URL, some animation will be shown. If you click the some image, then the details of the image will be given. So this type of concept map based learning materials are there. And what the actually happening, happening as per the uses of the learners, online learners. That means how the learners are using the learning material, these are tracked. That means our logs are generated according, generated related to uses of the learning material. And suppose I am, when I generally use any learning material, generally I do I goes for the example part first, then I go to the that I think someone okay, Generally, I go to the example part first, then I go to the definition and others technically difficult parts are there. So surely, if I use this type of system, then my system will be Dr. Nirmal Das, can you just
Can you just please? I think you're unmute.
yes, yes. Uh, okay, continue. So my learning material will be reoriented like this way when it will thrown to me my terminal. The example part will become first, then the definition part, then the image part. Because I use the learning material like this way. They tracked me that we are these students or this person likes the example. So when that learning material comes to me, first it will goes to example, then proceed to the definition, and like this type of personalization happening according to the uses, according to the how the students use the entire learning environment, according to their using, the entire system will be reoriented, and surely the system will be adaptive. As much as we use the system, the it will uh, provide the accurate learning material to me. And this is not using not only the e-learning platform. I think all of you are you are familiar with this type of YouTube or YouTube music like this. According to based our searching and what type of song we are listening, they are recommending the song. If you go for the YouTube music, then they are doing the same thing into the music. So those music will comes first to me, which I like most. How they knows that what I like most? They are basically tracked my searching all over the any area. So according to this searching, they are recommending me. So this thing is happening to the e-learning platform. Okay. So I am not discuss all this system and architecture because already we are into the end into the session. The last but not in least, it is most of the modern part of this e-learning platform based on the emotion, because nowadays emotion is becomes a most important part of the students. I don't know in my audience if anyone is the teacher, he or she agree with me. Mentoring, all these things are nowadays very popular terminology. So the emotion tracking is nowadays are very important, because this type of learning material tracked first the emotion of the students, and it is basically multimodal how they track, using the Facebook, using their images, using what the post they are giving, using what the post they are seeing or giving the likes. According to based on that, the pupils are trying to get the emotions of the students. Now, according to the emotion of the students, the learning materials are basically throwing. Now, what the thing is happening, suppose I'm a mathematician. In my mathematics class, if I found that one student is very depressed. I don't know the reason, but I my my just experience say that he is depressed. Should I start the class? Because I know if I start the class with this type of emotion, that it is basically going to lose. He or she will not learn anything from this class. So what I can do, I can talk with him or her with some film. Suppose what the films are coming into the cinemas, how Shah Rukh Khan look likes in the Pathans. I can go for the chat of this, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, maybe. So in that, from a certain point, I just shifted from this area to my main learning session, because my target is to recover his emotion, what the emotion he are facing, or he or she is suppose having some problems. I try to rectify this. I have tried to rectify that particular students first, then I just push him or her to my class. So same thing is tried to e-learning platform also. First, first to recognize the emotion, then according to the emotion, the students, the system will helps them to the classes. Okay. So majorly, so these are the 4 to 5 different uh, areas of there. So, as a conclusion, I can say that uh, um, these areas may be different, but the challenges are same. That is, I repeatedly said that the physical absence of teacher and physical absence of the mainly school environment or college environment. But if we can deploy this methodology, then surely it will enhance the learning will of a students. If we can enhance the learning will, then surely it will reduce the dropout students, and surely it will advantageous for this online learning platform. So that much I can say into this session. So last, I have 5 to 10 minutes in my hand. So I would like to thanks on my audience. If you have any doubts and or questions, you can please ask me.
Thank you, Dr. Shuman Bhattacharya, for your wonderful, for your valuable inputs, a very informative session. We have one question which has been posted by one of the participants, Mr. Shubrata Visas. He asked that you have explained many methods of e-learning. Which is the most popular e-learning methods during pandemic periods among students? I mean, according to you.
Actually, in the pandemic period, what the major problem face the e-learning platform, we are try to grab the school students. Mainly before the pandemic, e-learning is popular at that time also, but mainly some seniors types of students are basically going to this platform. But into the pandemic session, the school students are the major user. Now you can understand the thing that if the students are school students and they have suppose their age is 7 to 8 or 12, 13, what they are missing into the e-learning platform, what they are missing, actually they're missing their school environment, that they are fun, mainly fun with the other students. Okay. So now the main challenges into the lockdown is how we can develop that online environment game based, fun based, so that the school students getting more and more involved into this, they are not bored into this. Okay, suppose in my opinion, if there is a school students in my daughter is there, who is 12 years old, surely she will quit, no doubt she will quit after 10 to 15 minutes. So because she will not find any fun or this type of thing, how what the main teaching environment she is familiar, she will not found. So this is the thing what the major challenges, and now the people are working behind that, the same types of learning environment, how we can blend into the teaching online platform. So it is the main challenge is into the lockdown session.
Thank you, Dr. Shuman, for your answer. I have one question from my end. That is, uh,
Yes, please.
for the synchronous and the asynchronous mode of teaching online, because I
Yes.
think in online a lot of different modes have been used, out of which many teachers have opted for synchronous mode of teaching, or asynchronous, and in some place hybrid model, which you have explained.
Okay. Okay.
So can you highlight to the participants certain use cases or strategies which may be adopted by teachers with respect to any synchronous mode of teaching? Or
Adapted means, so what the thing I have first explained, that is a confidence based learning. So that main feedback that is adopted from the physical teacher. That means if this type of mark sheet you will get, that as students you have provided 100 answer, and as students of 63 answer, that is true, and their confidence is high with the against the answer. Suppose 5 answer is false, their confidence is low. If this is the combination, then how you will treat with the students, how, what you say, whether the students is the mastery, whether or the students is doubt or in the misinformed. So these feedbacks comes from a physical teacher. That feedback basically blend or map to the system. So when the system will act, maybe it's synchronous and in asynchronous way. Generally all this type of system goes to the asynchronous way, because it is e-learning major, there is no physical person involved. This total system is going to the automatic way. So this system will act according to the physical teacher, because I am basically providing the experience of a physical teacher to the students. Okay.
right. With respect to gamification, you mentioned about gamification. So gamification has been very much of has impacted with respect on the corporate side, because being a part of a corporate environment, uh, of course, gamification has really brought in a lot of interest to employees with respect to a lot of e-learnings which we have during the year, some mandatory learnings which we have. In what way gamification you think will impact or enhance the way of learning in school students or college students?
Very good question. I think we are familiar with terminology very badly. That is blue whale game. I think you heard this
Yeah,
term.
yeah, yeah.
Some school students already died to play this type of
That's it.
game. What is the thing? Look the attachment with the game. I can commit suicide. I can commit suicide if it's needed, but I will complete the level. This is the attachment of students with the game. So this is now the thing is that, can I attach that particular students with my teaching environment like this way? How? Now the thing I can do, suppose if you complete a chapter within tonight 9:30 p.m. one, if it is suppose school student, actually this thing is different from schools to college, college to university. I suppose I am talking now the school students, then I go to the college students. uh, if you complete this chapter within the 9:30, you will get 3 golden ball like this, or you will get a e-chocolate, or maybe a physical chocolate can be sent to the home if you complete this entire 100 mats within these 7 days. So this type of achievements, target bearer, if you do this, something, some appreciation is very important to not only the human being but also the animal also. I have some pets, and I know how the dogs are trained with this kind of appreciation. So appreciation is very important for a students. If you do this, I will do this, I will provide this type of facility, I will provide a golden ball, I will provide an apple like this for a school student. For a college students, if you can complete this chapter or this 10 marks, I will provide a Pizza Hut coupons where you will get rupees 50 discount if you take this. For obtaining that coupon, that particular student goes to the mathematics, try to solve these 15 problems. Okay, this type of appreciation is nowadays tried to attach with the education system, like this blue whale game or this type of gaming. Gaming of doing nothing but that. Just they are providing a target and just they are trying to attach the students or the child with the game. And now the challenges are with the scientists. They are trying to attach that particular students into the basically teaching world with the nothing like appreciation.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Suman. I think we are almost out of time now.
Yes.
So now I would now request Honorary Secretary, just Mr. Dr. Raju Boshak, to propose a vote of thanks. Dr. Raju Boshak.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Thank you. So, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to propose the vote of thanks. It is my proud privilege to extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to all the distinguished participants in this webinar on the theme enhancing learning will be an online learning environment. So organized by the Computer Engineering Division of West Bengal State Center IEI through online platform. At the outset, I convey my sincere thanks to the panelists, Dr. Suman Bhattacharya, Associate Professor, Computer Science Engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. My sincere thanks also goes to Dr. Nirmal Das, Chairman, West Bengal State Center, Dr. H.O. Thakre, President IEI, Mr. Sandeep Kumar Dev, Vice President IEI, Mr. Amit Kumar Das, sorry, Chairman, Computer Engineering Divisional Board, IEI, Dr. G. Ranganath, Chairman, CATE, IEI, Dr. Shoibal Sarkar, Deputy Director General and State Informatics Officer, National Informatics Center, West Bengal, and Chairman, Computer Engineering Divisional Subcommittee, West Bengal State Center, IEI. Mr. Naved Iqbal, Principal Consultant, PwC, and the moderator of this program. And my vote of thanks also goes to all members of the Council and Division Board members of CPDV, all members of the Committee of West Bengal State Center, IEI, and all members of the Computer Engineering Divisional Subcommittee, and the Director Technical and their team for their wholehearted support. And last but not the least, my sincere thanks also goes to the person who are behind the screen and giving their silent support to make the program grand success. Thank you very much. With this, we are concluding today's webinar here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. With the permission of the chair, I am ending the webinar here.